Hey guys, thanks so much for being here. I asked on Instagram whether you'd like me to make a beat walkthrough video on how I made this beat. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to hop onto my laptop and I'll show you the screen. And of course, as soon as I start filming this, my laptop decides to overheat. So I hope that fan noise is not too bad. Oh great, and someone's drilling as well. Well, the world is against me. Can you still hear me? Ah! The first thing I can show you is that I am a fairly messy worker, and I always have been. The fact that my desk was so clean just now, that's because I threw everything to the side of the shot, like my floor has crap all over it. So I'm a messy worker. If you see all these like organized people and you feel like, OMG, that's not me, therefore I'm not, I don't know, getting anything done. No. Different things work for different people, and mess actually works for me. But I have learned that over the years, for me, owning less things and being aware of my possessions and trying to keep things as minimal as possible works for me as a person. But that's not the same as being tidy. But anyway, back to the beat. Let's have a quick listen again. Whoa. It's not right. What a vibe. Okay, so I've got my start, I've got a repeat marker, I've got my B section, I've got my restart and my end. So this beat is fairly short. How long is it? So here it is, 1 minute 20. And I made this beat because it was as part of a sample challenge for very sick beats. And that's why I used the sample in the first place. I wouldn't make a beat with a sample that I wouldn't release, because otherwise, why do I make the beat? And unless it was purely for fun, like my SP videos are often sample things from Spotify, like not a problem because it's just for fun. I'm not going to release that on my like official beat releases. But this beat came out really well and I really want to release it. But anyway, whatever. Alright, so first I've got the sample. These are just sample chops, and it would actually be really interesting to show you my old file. I came up with about 3 or 4 different chop combinations, and I settled on this one because I was thinking I'm overcomplicating things, keep things simple. So that often works for me, minimize and keep things simple. Let's see if I've still got my early chops. Oh wow, that was my first idea. Oh, I actually like my first idea. Now I know y'all like to, or many of you like to make beats with uncleared samples, and I'm not saying do it, okay? Rather buy from a little beat shop where things are royalty free and I've made them myself, and I'm getting other artists on board to make samples so that you guys can get a nice variety. But that said, this is far less recognizable, the sample, because I've chopped it up a lot than my final beat. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Moving on. Here's another one. Geos. Okay, I had a lot of different options, and whilst I like those, I don't know, I just ended up with this. What did I do to the sample? Do we have it here? Oh, I rendered it out. But basically, this was a section of the song. I pitched it up. And I chopped it up, and as you can see, the chops aren't that many. I left a lot of nice flowing lines and stuff like that. Let's go back to the most recent project. Alright, so I've got my main sample that runs throughout, and then I added some nice cute little high-end details. I've got 2 Celestes and this whirly keyboard. Cute! This has some delay on it. One of them has delay on it, the other Celeste doesn't. It's got a bit of an auto pan. And then I've got this whirly situation. On its own is a bit weird, but I think in the context it actually fits quite well. And also I added the whirly because I didn't want Celeste the whole time. It's kind of boring. So I thought, let me add another sort of high timbre type instrument that's smooth, that isn't a Celeste. So that's kind of my thinking there. And Hey yo, 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 yo. Gotta have a little vibe in between this section and then the repeat of the section. I find that having little markers at the top, what are these called, markers? Whatever. I find that having them helps me just see the structure of the beat really quickly. So that's why I have it there. And also, you know, sometimes I'm a little bit too in love with my own work, and I can repeat a section over and over again, and if I put the markers in, I can actually see if a section's going on too long. Like if I have a repeat and then another repeat and then another repeat. Girl, that's too many repeats. Or is it? I mean, look, there are no rules, okay, there are no rules, but it just helps me control myself a little bit. What else do we have here? Bass, oh my goodness, okay, this is the classic bass trick. I do it all the time and it's changed my life, okay, absolutely changed my life. I've got, for this song, I've got this bass. I'm using Contact Scarby Rickenbacker bass or something, and I was using the dub bass preset, so that came, I think, with my Machina. MK3 is part of the software. So that's one thing, but girl or boy, you gotta double this. You gotta double the bass. You don't have to, but when I say you've got to, obviously you know you don't have to, right? I'm not forcing anyone to do anything. I'm just trying to give you my best tips here. I will put an operator. So an operator is an Ableton instrument. It's just a synth. It's not like any synth should have this, right? It's just a sine wave. Anything that has a sine wave, use that. I have just a plain sine wave patch. I have this pitch MIDI control in front that takes everything an octave down. If you don't have that, you can just highlight the MIDI and bring the MIDI an octave down. Like that. Yeah, that was terrible. Didn't really see what I did there. Doing this all with one hand because I'm still holding this stupid laptop because of the fan. I mean, I love you, laptop. You're not stupid. You help me every day and you work so hard for me. There. So just bring an octave down, but because it's actually frankly just a little quicker to use this little MIDI device, I put MIDI in this MIDI device. It's called pitch in Ableton, and I just did -12 because that's an octave. And then the important thing is for you to low pass only the sub bass frequencies. I don't have like a specific rule. I usually go by ear, but somewhere between like 50 and 80, I'll put this sort of low pass. And then on the original bass, the actual sort of bass instrument, I will have a high pass at about the same time so that the sine wave does all the sub bass, and then the other bass, the actual like bass instrument, does the other stuff. Then the rest of the EQ on the bass is purely dependent on the rest of the song. My EQ curve doesn't always look like this. I mix in context, so I'll play everything together. And then decide how to EQ. What else? And then it's drums. Guys, it's so simple. I literally have a sample, some high stuff, a bass, and drums. Let's look at the drums quick. And then I need to go pick up my hubby from work because his car's broken. Let's see what I have here. I've got a kit. I typically make my own kits. Kick, snare, another snare. I'm so extra. This random little sound effect. Shaker, shaker. 2 different shakers. A little crunch. Oh, that's just the sound of a VHS coming out of a VHS player, and it's just for the end of the beat over here. Almost like the cassette is coming out at the end of the beat. Alright, so let's look at the MIDI here. Okay, where did you get your patterns from? I made them, and if you want a sample pack that is just MIDI drum patterns, let me know, because I've made so many different packs on Little Beat Shop and I'm not quite sure what the crowd favorites are. I recently released like MIDI jazz piano chords because I find MIDI very valuable. Like not a lot of people seem to want to release the MIDI, so I thought I'll do that. So you can get it while it's fresh and hot, but those are jazz chords, that's not drum patterns. So if you also want drum patterns MIDI, let me know. But following the principles, kick, snare, that's important. Hi-hat for some extra little fun spice. What's this? Oh, that's just a little vinyl noise? Oh, right. That's like my actual vinyl effect. Like, that's not at all what vinyl sounds like. I just had to re-trigger it because the sample's not that long. Oh, and it's muted, so you can't even hear it in the final beat. That's it. And then at the repeat, because I didn't want the repeat to be boring, I added some extra drum stuff. Got some extra vibes. Look at all them shakers doing a little shake dance. Woohoo! Simple. And then that's it, really. Oh, and I've got my little Ayo. This is the dry signal, and this is the signal with delay. So this one is Ayo, and that one's the delay. I do them on separate tracks so that I have more control over it. Oh, the B section, very short. Not much to say. I've got this little Celeste thing going back into the restarted section. It's just a couple bars to give you something new to listen to before I go back to the start. So, and the drums are a little bit different. This is just 4 bars long. That's like the shortest B section in history. And then for the restart, so basically the beginning idea, I don't have any drums here. I wanted to let the sample shine a little bit, and I didn't want to detract from it with like a busyness of the drum. Cool. Well, that's it. Okay, I've got that tape stop at the end and the cassette coming out. How I did the tape stop in Ableton's quite easy. If you double click on any audio and you click this little button down here, then you get your envelopes, and then under... Oh, damn it. Can't show it to you because I've already rendered it out, but basically under here, if you go to your clip and if you go to transposition, you can basically just pull the pitch down like that. So this is what it sounds like. That's this pitch. You can make it go up. And you can do all sorts of fun things. But that's not for this lo-fi beat. So that's all. It's a little buggy at times, so I usually make like a couple of dots here without moving them, just to like tell Ableton, listen, 0 semitones, okay? Because sometimes it like starts on the wrong pitch. So this is me just telling Ableton to definitely start at 0 semitones transpositions, and then I'll do the same at the end of the sample. Say I pitch it all the way down, I'll have like a few of them, the bottom. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you use Ableton and you use this tape stop effect, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you use Ableton and this stuff is a little bit advanced for you, go check out my other channel, Micah Watson. I've got tons of tutorials there, and I really go into detail. Like, I will explain everything I do. Now I glossed over it a little bit, but like on that channel I'm clicking here and I'm clicking there, so it's really great for sort of all skill levels. That's it. That's this beat, and I really like it. And I wish I had the rights to the sample, but I don't, so that's just life. Hope you guys enjoyed this. What I would really like to know is what you guys struggle the most with making beats, because hopefully I can create something that'll help you bridge that gap. Let me know in the comments. I don't think I'm going to be releasing this beat just because of the sample. It's the Beatles, it's a fairly new recording. I don't feel good about it. But what I do want to do is I would probably like to make my own vocal part. I'll write something new and I'll keep you guys posted as to whether I ever upload that beat. One thing I haven't really mentioned on this channel is that I started a blog. It's all about beatmaker tips. Okay, I know blogs aren't really like in with the youth, but I do share tips every week, and I also have a mailing list where I send out freebies and stuff like that, things that I don't do on my channel, and I do that every week. So if you want to get in on that, you can join. The information is in the description, but it's just another way that I really am trying to contribute of my knowledge and of my skills and really sow into this community and make it count for you guys. But I did have a new beat coming out that Monday, and I've got one next week, and my plan is to have a new beat on Spotify every week. So if you do enjoy my music, check it out, and I'll see you guys soon in the next one.